Yeah, shoot. Tell me what happened when you had your accident.
No,
I can't see you, don't worry.
Yeah. I was 19 years old. I had an accident. I ended up in hospital.
Yeah.
I needed about 65 pints of blood.
Yeah. Do you want to show me the scars quickly? Show the scars.
And, wow. You know, in my back as well, you know. And basically, you know, I was in hospital for 6 months, intensive care for 6 months.
Got ya.
So I was having just first operations just to stem the blood and just keep you alive, and then correction operations, you know.
Okay. And what happened? What happened to the experience when you
Well, what happened was when I was in the operating theatre the first time around, when I went inside, I went inside and I was bleeding. I was bleeding from everywhere, you know, in the mouth and all that kind of stuff, you know, internal, external.
Yeah.
As they say, pissing and shitting blood.
Yeah.
And I went into the hospital and I didn't want anybody to touch me because I understood that I was actually going to die.
Yeah.
That was my understanding, and I didn't. When you kind of accept that, you don't want anybody to touch you. Yeah. And then an old black woman came in, a middle-aged woman. She must have been about 50, and she said I was too young to die, and I told her not to touch me, and then she started to cut off my clothes with scissors.
Oh, what, the doctor?
No, the nurse. She was the nurse. She was cutting off my. Then I just remember loads of people bursting into the room, and then sticking all kind of needles in me and shit. And that's a lot. At that point, I passed out. Yeah. Well, what happened when I actually passed out was I died for 2.5 minutes on the operating theatre, flatlined, and when. During that experience, what I believe happened was I found myself in these clouds, and they were like multicolored. It was like being a disco, but with smoke, and you see all these colors coming through the smoke.
Before you got to there, did you see yourself leaving your body, or did you just woke up in near the clouds? Yeah.
No. I just woke up in the clouds. I just woke up in the clouds, and I was in the clouds, and then a voice spoke to me in the clouds, and he said, "If you're ready for your judgment, step across the line." Yeah. And I kind of shivered when I heard the voice. Yeah. My legs shivered, and I looked down to see if I could see the line, and I couldn't see the line, and I couldn't see my legs. Yeah. But I felt my legs shivering, and I felt my body. But what happened was, and then I didn't even speak. Yeah. But I did speak. I thought, I'm not ready for no judgment because I'd done certain things that I needed to put straight in my life. Yeah. You know, and I definitely didn't want to die at that moment in time.
So what you're saying is, when out there, you didn't even have to speak. You could just think it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could just think it.
You just think it, and they knew exactly
what you meant.
What I meant. Yeah. They could read. It was like you didn't speak. You just your mind was read. Yeah. And then I said I'm not ready, and that. Then when I opened up my eyes, I woke up. No, first what happened was I was then with. There was lots of big lights, and then I could see myself, and I was a small light, and we were like balls of light. Gotcha. We were all like brightly orange-colored balls of light, and then there was these very big lights, and they were like adults. I think they were angels. Yeah. And then they said that we had to come back to Earth. They would take us back. Yeah. You know, to our journey. They didn't say Earth. Yeah.
When you said that you couldn't see your body, did you say that you could still see the Earth? That you could still through the cloud, you could see the Earth?
No, at that time now I was in space. Yeah? I was actually physically in space. Yeah. And then I saw this cartwheel in space, this big cartwheel made of stars. Gotcha. And then there were these lights all going into, like a black hole going into it, and then the big light, the adult lights, which were really big, they said that's where we have to go, that's where you're all going. So because I'm running out of time. Yeah. So in a nutshell, for the people out there that think that there isn't judgment, would you say that there is judgment by God or isn't judgment? Oh, there's definitely a God, because at that point I didn't believe in God.
So would you say in a nutshell, is there definitely a judgment?
there's definitely a judgment. Your judgment is when you're dead, and you will be judged, and you will be held accountable. And that's why in my life now, I've always tried to be honest and gentle with people, because life is so fragile and it's so precious, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that testimony.